Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Mr. Richard here, and this is Richard Richard. So, an individual just messaged me and said, "Yo, man, how do I invest $1,000? One thou wow." And I got to thinking, what would I do if I just had $1,000? So, stay tuned, listen up. I got a couple of options for you or her, or him or her, and hopefully you take this into consideration before you're doing it. So, you wake up tomorrow, you got a thou wow in your pocket, and you want to try to make some moves, right? So, when you think about $1,000, when it comes to like the grand scheme of investing, that's not a lot of money, right? You can be down. You can think to yourself, man, I want to do something, but I can't because you really can't do a lot of things with $1,000. You really can't buy no real estate. You can buy some stocks, but really not a lot. You really can't buy an investment property. You can't buy an existing business. There's not a lot of things you can do with $1,000. However, $1,000 is a decent amount of money that you can use to get the foundations of your financial empire started. So I always tell people, right? You're trying to build the tallest building possible, but if the foundation is gelatin, it's not going to work. So that ain't what you want. You don't want a jello foundation when you're building a skyscraper. So let's focus on the foundation and the fundamentals of that asset or that money. So one thing you can do with $1,000, I'm almost treated as no money. You pretty much don't have no money, right? Things you can do, you can start a side hustle. Say if you wanted to go mow grass or something to do a pressure washing business, you can get a pressure washer for $200-300 at Lowe's or Home Depot, and then you can go make some flyers at the library or at home for another $100, and you can go door to door. And anybody, the way I like to do it is, I put my flyer on people's door who needs my service. So I wouldn't put a flyer for a pressure washer on a pressure washing business, a house that's clean or a driveway that's clean. Look for the dirtiest houses. Same thing with lawn care. You know, you can go door to door and put your flyers out, waste your money, or you can look at the highest, nastiest, raggediest grass because a lot of people don't realize they probably, man, my grass is bad, but once they see your flyer, they think, man, I can solve this problem with one call instead of me spending 3-4 hours out here. And honestly, that's how I got my landscaper. My grass looked like trash. They put a flyer out. I called them, asked for their prices, and now they've been mowing my grass for like a year. So you never know. So also too, look for side hustles. You don't necessarily have to spend money. You can do stuff like free cycling. Go to Facebook, Craigslist, type in the word free. Anything that you see for free, just pick it up, clean it up. You get couches, you get TVs, you get furniture, you get all kinds of stuff, shoes, clothes, whatever. Take it and offer a delivery service for anybody who's coming over. Like, hey, I got a TV, you got it for free. I'm gonna charge you $50 to deliver to you, and the TV is $100. You can come get it for 100, or I can bring it to you for 150. That's how I would do that. And that's how you make money with pretty much no money because $1,000 is not a lot of money. So let's focus on some bigger plans, some bigger options, some long-term goals with $1,000. So you can start dollar cost averaging or investing $1,000 or $100 every month, right? Just say you ain't got no money. You can go to a mutual fund, an ETF, some stocks, bonds, whatever, and you can set it up on Webull, Robinhood, Betterment, and say, hey, I want to invest $50 into this fund. I want to invest $100 into this fund every month. And slowly but surely, that will start to gravitate up. Don't necessarily try to hit a home run right out the box. You got $1,000. That's not a lot of money, right? But you can slowly but surely invest into something that's going to pay you off 5, 10, 15 years from now. So think of it like that. So we talked about free cycling. We talked about starting a side hustle. And then we also talked about investing in dollar cost averaging. So next, um, let's not talk about things you can do in the future. Let's focus on some things you did in the past, and that is fixing your credit. Because now, when you go out to get lines of credit to buy a house, if your credit is crappy, it's going to cost you more money. If you go out and try to get lines of credit or business credit or credit cards or any of that stuff, it's going to cost you more money in the future because you didn't take care of your past, right? So getting rid of those hard inquiries, late payments, charge-offs, delinquencies, bankruptcies, or even paying down the creditor. You know, a lot of times people call me and say, yo, man, I got a collection for a gym membership that I didn't pay 2 years ago. Like, well, how much is it? $27. Man, if you don't call and get that crap off your credit, you know what I mean? $27 is pretty much preventing you from getting houses, investment properties, businesses, lines of credit, business funding, and because you don't want to pay $27 to LA Fitness that you did a while back. So focus on your personal credit. And if you don't want to do it or you don't know what you're doing, just hire somebody to do it. There's credit repair specialists all throughout. Hell, I'll help you fix your credit, right? And then I'm gonna tell you what you need to do, things you need to focus on. You take that $1,000 that you have and allocate it towards paying someone down some of that debt that you got. Instead of trying to make money, you can save money in the long haul. Okay, and that's a play you can do too. So focus on your credit. And last but not least, let's say if your credit was good, and let's say you don't want to do free cycling, you don't want to do a side hustle, and you don't want to do any of that stuff. You want some big dollars, right? Big dollars, $1,000. This is what I would do. I would go get me an LLC. Go through your Secretary of State, and it's probably going to cost you $300. You get an EIN number, which is your Social Security number, through your Secretary of State or through the IRS. That is free. And then I would attach everything possible to make me look like an official business. Business number, business address, business telephone number, if I get a website, all that kind of stuff. Attach all that stuff to your business, and now you look like a legitimate business. And then you take that LLC and your good credit, because you got good credit, because that's what you said you did. You take that LLC and you go out to the banks and say, hey, banks, I have a business. Do y'all have any startup programs? Do you have any startup funding? Because banks understand that not all businesses are up and running and making millions of dollars. New companies start every day, and they understand that they have to fund those businesses. The American government understand they have to start these businesses. They have programs out there. All banks have programs where they'll fund new starting businesses. So you always hear these people talking about, I need an age corp. It's 12 years old. No, you don't. No, you don't. My funding team has gotten people credit from an LLC that was 2 weeks old. 2 fucking weeks. Man, you need an age. No, you don't. You don't. Trust me, you don't. So you go out there and you get that money, you get that secure line of credit. Now you might get $30,000, $40,000. Now you can take that $40,000. Now you can make some real damn moves. Instead of that $1,000 that you were talking about 2-3 months ago, you take those lines of credit, you liquidate them, and now you go buy a piece of property. Now you go buy an existing business. Now you go get a vending machine route or something. Or now you go buy some ATMs. Now you start an Airbnb. Now you start something to that extent. Something that's gonna make you some real cash flow. So somebody asked, what would I do if I had one thou wow? Those are simple options, different options. There's many more I can think of, but I just gave you those right there. Hopefully you found value in that. Please make sure you're liking and following. You found value in this, click the link in the bio. Join the free class, man. Come on, man. Too easy. What's next? Rich get Richard. Let's do better, people.